The reason you clicked on this video is one of the two. Firstly, you don't know what to post and you need some ideas. Secondly, you own a business or have a personal brand and you want to be able to increase that to get some more potential buyers or sellers for your real estate business. Now, lucky for you, I've actually got 5 great ideas that I personally like myself and I use that you should be using too. And I want you to stick to the end for my favorite one, which is the most powerful and what people are doing right now and why you should actually get onto this. Now, without further ado, let's get straight onto it. And I'm actually going to share my screen. So these are going to be my top 5 favorite video ideas for real estate agents. So let's get into it. Now, before we actually do anything and before filming any videos or getting any ideas, what do you actually need to actually succeed and make good quality videos? So these are the tools you're going to need. These are the essentials, and trust me, this is all you need to get started because most people don't even start. Now, I recommend obviously you have a phone, which you already do, okay? And more importantly, you want to have something to actually edit these videos because that's going to make the videos 10 times better. Obviously, you don't need to, but if you want to go that extra mile, I definitely recommend that you download CapCut, which is the best video editing app and software on the market for free. It just simply is, okay? Now, if you want to go that step further, you can always get some optional stuff that I obviously will leave in the description and have my links there. Now, this is a microphone, okay? Because obviously if you're walking or someone's taking a video of you, you want that mic to be very good, and you can actually just pop this on your vest or your collar, okay? Now, you can buy this on Amazon, you can buy this on eBay, you can buy this in store. It doesn't really matter, but I've seen some for not only $20, so it's really, something that won't break the bank, but is definitely an added option that I would recommend you get. Another is lighting, which can be done through natural lighting or actually getting a ring light, which once again, I found one no more than $30 to $40 on Amazon. So that's something I recommend you definitely get that will make your video stand out and make people actually want to watch it and keep enjoying it. Now, this is just a checklist that I made myself. However, you don't have to go off of this, but I highly recommend that you do so because it'll make your videos just that much better. Firstly, camera quality is great. Do you have an iPhone? Do you have a Samsung? Okay, is your camera screen actually cleaned? Some people don't even do that. Okay, is your audio quality good? Do you have an extra microphone? Is it windy? Okay, make sure the lighting is good. Okay, people seeing you, it's not in the dark, nor is it too bright. You also want to choose some trendy music that potentially found to put in the background of your videos. Also adding hashtags to target people, such as hashtag real estate in my city, hashtag new home, hashtag first home buyers, stuff like that. Your videos, depending on what platform you're on, should be no longer than about 15 to 20 seconds. 20 seconds is pushing it a bit, but I recommend that 15 is a good spot and somewhere that you should aim for, okay? Now, either you're doing two things, okay? Are you making a video to inform them, or are you making a video to entertain your audience? Now, majority of the people that are watching this video want to actually inform them. Of course, you can do some entertainment, but I don't see that as a long-term strategy or actually converting people because they're going to look at you as maybe not being professional, or they might look at it as being relatable. So it really is a two-sided coin. Whatever content style you think suits you and people would like, then I recommend that, but you want to inform them. The next step is actually choosing what platforms you actually want, okay? So you should be choosing actually all of these. Now, you want to be omnipresent and you want to be in all Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. Now, obviously you want to be omnipresent, and the idea for that is you want to be able to test what works and what doesn't. If you're sharing on more platforms, and let's say you post it on Instagram, but then you post it on TikTok, and TikTok got a lot of views, but Instagram didn't, then you would have never known that if you never posted it. The next is, what do you actually use the most? what do you actually find the most value on? So if you use Instagram all the time, it's probably best that you start off with Instagram and not start off with TikTok. Or if you use Facebook, vice versa, and you find that informative, then you should probably use that. Now, if you have no idea, then this is a really easy fix and you can do this right now. What I want you to do is I actually want you to go onto your phone, look at your screen time, whether it's an Android or an iPhone, there'll be an option, and look at how much time you spend on your apps. Now, I promise that it'll actually tell you which one you use the most, and you probably already know already, but if not, then you can see. So it'll say potentially you spend 2 hours on Instagram a day. You should probably use that because you know it better and you know what works and what doesn't. Okay. Next is actually uploading and then reiterating that for different platforms. Example, Instagram might be slightly different to LinkedIn. Okay. So LinkedIn's going to be a bit different from TikTok as well. Same as YouTube. YouTube is going to be longer form content, but obviously you're not going to upload a 10-minute video to Instagram or TikTok. Okay. So you want to make sure that it's actually suiting the platform that you're on and actually making it slightly different and tweaking it. Step 3. This is going to be free versus paid. Now, advantage of free is that you can post as many times as the platform allows you to, and you can really blow up or skyrocket your business like that, and it only costs you time. That's the only thing it's costing you. And I know as a real estate agent, obviously your time is very limited, but this is something that you'll see a return on your investment pretty quickly. Now, the disadvantages is it can take a long time, especially building an audience and people that actually consistently watch you. Now, another thing compared to paid is that you can reach out to some people, but you're not guaranteed to have those views. So you might post a video and you're like, well, why doesn't this have 1 million views yet? Well, that's because firstly, you probably just started, and secondly, you need to do this for a while. So your first 10 videos probably aren't going to be great, and probably won't get millions of views. Maybe it will, but that's just a chance and the role that you're going to play. Now, the difference between paid is obviously now you're going to get guaranteed views. So it'll actually say whether it's Facebook, whether it's TikTok, that you're going to get around 1,000 to 2,000 views. So you're actually guaranteed that people are going to see your content. Now, another thing is that you can actually get people to be redirected to a website, a landing page, or your new listing. Now, a disadvantage is that obviously there's a monetary, money involved to actually do this. So it isn't free, however, it is effective. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, you could potentially actually be burning money and just, not getting any results, not getting any views, where you could have got an expert to actually do it and, save you a little bit more money because you're not going to be randomly posting stuff and then obviously it's not going to work. And then you usually say, oh, well, paid advertising doesn't work. And then you wonder why. Now, this is going to be the first idea, which is number 5, which is, as you would have guessed it, a house tour. But not just any house tour, because I want to make this different to all the other YouTube videos that I actually found, because they didn't talk about, in detail on, why you should do this and why it works, but actually doing something that's different, because if everyone's doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result. Okay. Now, obviously you don't want to be like every agent and just do a house tour, because look, everyone's doing that. And look, you don't even have to put your face on the camera. Rather, you can just record it and narrate the video. Now, what you can do is say, look, here are my 5 favorite features of this new house. Wait to the end and I'll actually show you my favorite one and why this house is special. Something like that. That's just a very small idea that I made, and obviously you can change it and you would know what it was for your house. Now, I actually have this little sample on what the cover may look like, but obviously you can understand about the features and actually going through them yourself, and then obviously choosing what you love about the new house that you're selling. So the next one is actually going to be the day in the life of a real estate agent. Now, the purpose of this and why it's so powerful is because you want to show off to your clients, to your audience, to people that you're doing everything you can in order to get your clients the best results. An example of this is show them how you take time to build great relationships. Maybe it's going to lunch and negotiating for the best house price, or maybe it's you writing birthday cards for all your clients or Christmas cards. Now, a great hook that I recommend that you could use is what it looks like in a day of a real estate agent, or day in the life in a real estate agent, and what I do to get my clients the best results and build amazing relationships. Now, that is a good hook, okay? Now, you have to test it because maybe, it may not work, but you have to at least try. And I honestly think that this would be a great idea to actually show off how you're different and how, you're involved in your community on where you are and why this is, so powerful. So I really do recommend this one. So that's number 4. Number 3 is calling out your audience. So this is why it's actually so important. Now, I have an example here. So this is a simple one, which is attention home buyers, attention first home buyers, attention investors, attention second home buyers. You want to call out your audience and then actually talk to them about why you should listen. So this is a great hook. And once you actually do this, you can talk to them about potentially a new property that you have listed. Maybe it's some news that you have. Maybe it's an offer. Whatever it is, you just want to hook them in first, because that's the biggest part of any video, is actually getting their attention. So obviously I've got some call outs. Are you blank? Do you struggle with blank? Do you struggle with buying a first home? Do you struggle with choosing a new home? Calling out all first home buyers, as I got here, attention home buyers. Now, the great part about this is you can actually put in there attention first home buyers. These are my favorite checklists to look at when buying your first home, and I'll actually leave it for free in the description. Something like that. And then what they can do is actually sign up to potentially your email list or your website, and you can actually get their details from there. So that's like an opt-in that you can use to get even more clients and as a lead. But that's just a little, gold nugget there. The second one is, obviously, I kind of touched on this before on number 3, but this is actually talking about news. So what you want to do is you want to find an article that really stands out to you and you think that your audience would find value from it. And what's currently trending at the moment? Is it now that we're having the worst interest rates since, the last 5 years and since COVID? Or, maybe it's a new law that's coming to place that's maybe helping the first home buyers, or maybe it's not, and maybe they should be worried. So you want to find an article, and you want to use this feature, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on Instagram, maybe Facebook, and you want to put the article in the background. So see here, we've got a woman here, and she's actually choosing the photo or image in the background, and you want to have that article or that blog post there. So you want to record yourself doing this, and you want to also call them out and say, hey, look, first home buyers are getting a $30,000 first home buyer grant for the government scheme, and you should be using this, and this is why it's a great time to buy. And then obviously they'll get it, and they'll actually click on that link, and they'll see you as someone that knows what they're talking about. So that's why it's just such a powerful thing. Now, moving on to my final video idea, and why this is the one that you should be using. It's kind of summed up this whole video. Educational content. Now, I have my friend over here, Tom Panos, on the side, because he's really done this the best, and he's really looked at now as an authority figure. So the advantages of this is, like I said, you're an authority. You're a person that can be trusted, and that's something that with your clients, they have a struggle with, especially real estate agents. They don't have the best rap. And, you want to educate your buyers as well. You want to tell them things that, they should know before walking into a new home inspection, And once they watch this, they're going to feel inclined to watch more. Now, if you ever heard about this, it's called the 7-hour rule, and you've probably heard about building some rapport. Now, the more you post, obviously, the more content you have, and now they're probably going to watch your video some more, and then eventually they're going to feel inclined to give you something because they've taken away all this free content, and you want to ask them. So you want to give, but then you want to ask them and say, hey, look, I would love it if you guys would check out my brand new, PDF report, and I would love it if, you would get it. It's free. Take it as you will. And from there, you can obviously opt them in, like on the previous one, and then actually give that to them. Now, educational ideas are powerful, and these are some ideas that I have for them. How to get pre-approved, okay? How to sign up for an auction, how to get a loan with your bank, how the process works on buying a home, okay? Most people would love to learn about this, and I'm sure you talk about this and do it every day, so, it's a win-win situation. And you can make ones like things I wish I knew after becoming a real estate agent, things I wish I knew after, buying my first home as a real estate agent. Another one, 5 ways that I get people higher prices and better outcomes and results for their homes, or 5 ways that you can increase the value of your home just by doing these 5 things. Now, you can also do what I've learned so you don't have to. So you're giving away knowledge, all right? You're giving it away for free. Now, the whole point of this is that you want to educate your audience, okay, firstly. So an educated buyer is the best buyer, all right? Secondly, you want to also be able to create a sense that you are the person that they should be speaking with. I don't want to sell or buy with anyone else. I want this person because I feel like I know them, okay? I feel like, they're the best people for me, and they know more about you. The trust is there, and they're going to get so much value for you. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. You've gotten some great ideas from this. Now you can go on and you can actually go from here. If you would actually like to and you haven't already, you can actually check my other video, and that'll actually be how to set up an Instagram as a real estate agent. So I recommend that you actually check that one out, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, because I know this has been a long one, and I'm grateful that if you got all the way to the end of this video, that you've actually sat all the way through this. So see you guys in the next one, and can't wait to see you there.